Today, I want to tell you about something that, well, should be important to every Toastmaster. I want to talk about bringing your ideas to life, or preparing a speech, as the wonderfully focused screen shows. I want to pick this up at the point after you have an idea that you want to share, because I don't know that I can help you create ideas in your mind, but I can help you get the ideas from your mind and bring them to life. So let's look at a few steps that you'll need to take to bring an idea to life. The first is to group your ideas. You're going to have a lot of different thoughts, but you're going to need to bring them together and put them in some form that makes sense. There are two main ways you can do this. The first is your basic outline. Works really well for those of us who think verbally in words, written form. Just write it out, sort it out, put your thoughts down on paper. You've got it. This is actually the method and the format that Toastmasters recommends for organizing your thoughts. There's also a second method of gathering your thoughts that grows out of commercials, movies, shows, telling stories. And that's storyboarding. And for a Toastmaster, the easy way to do that is just write an idea on a 3x5 card with some of the ideas supporting it, and you can shuffle these around in a way that makes them fit in the right order. Now, how do you choose the order to bring your thoughts to life? One thing to look at is, what is your most compelling message? What do you want people to remember, or what do you think they're going to remember from your speech? To me, sleeping on the cliff face would be absolutely compelling. Another thing to think of is, how do your ideas, well, is there a particular flow that you need to go through with these? Does one necessarily need to come before one, the next, before a third? Or, another way to look at it, you have two ideas that are very disparate, but a third that might tie them together and make them all make sense as one speech. Because really, as you combine your thoughts and you put these together, you're going to need to find ways to transition between your thoughts. And I say you need to find ways to transition because speaking can be kind of like driving. Have you ever ridden with a brand new driver? Who, when it's time to hit the brakes, whoa, oh, ow, whiplash, what was that? Gas, oh, googly, what are you doing? Turn, ah! Without transitions, a speech can feel like that. I recently had this experience test driving a car where you're not used to the brakes yet. You tap it gently, you think, ooh. But you want your speech to not feel like that. You want it to flow, to just happen easily, to progress from thought to thought as you go through, so that people can stay with you, so your ideas aren't interrupted. Now, there's probably one thing that you're still thinking that I am completely missing. And if you're not thinking it yet, you're going to think it in about 2 seconds. What about the opening and closing of your speech? Why didn't I start with this? To me, the problem with starting with a clever opening is, as you prepare your speech, you can find that although you started down one road, you suddenly take a fork and you end up somewhere completely different halfway through what you're preparing. And that clever opening that you had no longer fits. So I recommend putting together your ideas, grouping your thoughts, putting them in an order, creating the transitions, and then when you see what your speech is, now you create an opening to gather attention. You create a closing to wrap it up. And unlike a lot of things in life, you want your opening and your closing to tie together. Oftentimes, not a good idea. With a speech, it is. It helps the audience recognize when you're coming to the end. It also helps draw the audience back to where you started as you wrap up your thoughts. Then after you've put this together, your opening, you've grouped your thoughts, you've ordered them, your transitions, and your closing, the next thing you should do is practice. Practice your speech. And then, practice some more. And then, practice it again. Because practice makes...
Perfect.
No, actually, practice makes permanent. If you practice it wrong 80 times, you'll still do it wrong, but you will do it wrong without thinking about it. But you still want to practice, and you want to practice it well, so that when you get up to share your thoughts, to bring your ideas to life, your speaking is not getting in the way of those ideas coming to the audience. Your speech gets far enough out of the way that your ideas become alive and vibrant and live in the minds of your audience. And if you follow these steps, the speech that you prepare will bring your ideas to life and help your audience to recognize what it is they need to know. Thank you.